Typhon grocery bags. OD covert packs starting to come off the line, orange inside. Black day packs coming off. Multicam black covert packs all starting to come off the line. There's more coming tomorrow. More day packs. More AKM4 micros. 6x6 zippered utility pockets with flat pocket on the face. Pack scrims. Helmet scrims. We have redesigned the cuts on them. They are now maple leaves. Red maple, I believe, is the, there are more of those in North America than any other tree found in the most areas in North America, apparently. But I think it looks better. It breaks up a little more. More covert packs. More covert packs over here. Black day packs all over here. More black day packs. Multicam kit, or I'm sorry, woodland kit bags. And on and on. Let's go from the top. WebDad, what's up? Brendan McGuire, what's going on? How are you? Kiri, hello. AJ, what's up? Zachary, what's up? O2 Williams, Jimmy M1, Ian, what's up? Nathan Based Ford. Ian, did your questions on the Q&A today. Witch Dr. Bob, what's up? Week is good, John Bateman. Hello from Cajun Owner, I'm not sure what that says. Dylan, what's up? Hamster, what's going on? Mycon, what's going on? Michael. Love the new scrim cuts. I do too. Maple leaves. You're going Canadian. Yes. Now, not banned in Canada. ACM Homestead. Larpcom, what's up? Philippine Nomad, what's going on? We did 68-inch diameter white oak today. Holy hell, on today. I mean somebody that was not me, cut a lot of pine. Sky came in. And Steve from Craigslist, they cut and moved a shitload of pine, and we started running the chipper. We ran a bunch of wood that was up on the hill yesterday, and I guess, you know, because a lot of it was like standing dead hardwoods, lightning strike, shit like that. But we got a very small pile of wood chips. We ran pine through today, and the first tree that we put through the chipper doubled the pile, and now the pile is way bigger. We got a lot more pine to do tomorrow. We'll run the chipper for a long time tomorrow. Sun was actually shining. Yeah, it was nice today. It's like 45 out in a t-shirt. When we came out of the podcast, it was super chilly and windy. Good evening, Cyber Monday order today. We've shipped a lot of the Cyber Monday and Black Friday orders. Thank you for your order. How you feel about getting that oil boat in the Gulf? I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care. I don't know why everybody fucking cares. I don't know why, especially the people that are up in arms over it. Like, who fucking cares? Whoever was faster open, they were super slow. Like, I know a bunch of dudes are going to be like, that wasn't the Coast Guard. I don't know who it was, but you could have fucking fast roped faster than those. I've never seen a fast rope so low like that either. Guzman, what's up? How are you? 3 orders received this week. Loving the skulls. Just ordered one for my buddy for Christmas gift. Nice. Thank you for the order. Connecticut beat Florida. I don't know what you're even talking about. Badminton or some bullshit. This year had logs as limbs. The crane was even staying to make noises. Radio, what's up, dude? Are you clearing for a purpose? Yeah, they're cutting all the frontage road of the property, which is a massive cliff. It comes up, and then in our property, it comes down into a bowl. So we had that massive cliff between us and the road. And the road is actually probably about the same level, but we had that massive cliff that was a hill. and they're making a 4-lane road. So they're taking all of that dirt. They're taking about an acre of property on the frontage there. So there's a bunch of standing wood, and they're coming through. They're all up and down the road. It's a 4.5 mile. That's all it is. And it's a 4-lane road, but it's about the width of like 10 lanes. It's got a big median in the middle and sidewalks that go absolutely fucking nowhere. Nobody walks out here unless you're fucking homeless. There's like 2 or 3 of them. Or they're like, had their licenses taken away for DUI. So they're doing this massive project. They have 4 years to do this shit. It goes 4 miles and then turns into 2 lanes again. So anyways, they're going through all up and down, and they pulled all the trees out, piled them up, light them on fire, and they just smolder for fucking weeks. The place, like, we have ash. We don't have any fire near us. Nearest fire is like a couple miles up the road. Ash all over everything. So we just went through and cut all the wood down, and we're saving the bigger pieces to do firewood. And then everything that will fit into the chipper, we're running for wood chips, because I use wood chips for all kinds of shit. We put them in all the animal pens. We use them any place we have mud. So that's what we're doing. They cut a lot of trees in the last few days in that area. Yeah, they sure did. A lot. Yeah. I heard the road work was going to be 4.5 years. 4.5 years. To go 4 miles. That does absolutely fucking nothing. 4 lanes for non-existent traffic. I agree. I think it's crazy how much they're talking. Just wild. Yeah, how much they're taking, yeah. Yep. Basketball. Did you play? You play basketball? Just got my Woodland Orange 3-cell pocket. Nice. Nice. How many times have you hit your fingers when sewing? Never. I've never fucking sewn. The only person I've ever seen put a needle through their finger was Paula. And I think she lifted up and ran the needle through her finger on an embroidery machine. I don't quite remember. I'm sure she'll tell us here in a second. And she came to me and she's like, and she's got a needle stuck in her finger. And I'm like, okay, this is going to hurt. And I pulled it out, with needle nose pliers maybe. I have caught the tip of my finger on a needle, like lifting up and shit, and ripped it open. My hands always have cuts or, something going on them. My fingers are completely crooked. I've smashed this finger. I've smashed this one. I've knocked all the meat out of this one more than once. That's why it's so deformed. This one, I've had metal here and here and here and here. It's totally snapped these fingers, but no, I've never sewn through. Which politician, uncle or brother, owns the... That's exactly it. That's always what it is, man. It's Agenda 2030. It's about driving traffic. So they want... eventually, you're going to see them. They want to bring the county into the city and then add codes and zoning. That's what this is always about. Filming was good today. We did the Pulling the Thread podcast, and we did the Q&A video today. It was so gross. I was going to puke. I needed an adult. The machine zigged really quick, and my idiot self was cutting a thread. Oh, when it started up, when it activated. Listen to the newest Pulling the Thread. I thought it was hilarious when you brought up all the third worlders. I meant everything I fucking said. If you're here, and if first of all, if you came to the United States and you're not working, the United States doesn't pay for your shit. Like, you don't get to fucking come in here and talk shit about the United States and not fucking become a U.S. citizen. Like, that doesn't happen. And if you commit any crime here, you're out. Fucking, you're not a citizen of the United States until you're 3rd generation. Like, send all them motherfuckers back. All of them fucking out of here. I love watching the old customer rant. We still do them occasionally. Township My Way wanted to claim an extra 30 feet of the roadway to widen the road for $2,000. I told them add a 0 to that number, kick rocks. They ain't going to bother me again. That's good that that's working for you. Most places, they will eventually just take it. Something will happen. They will just take the property, and you'll get less than fucking what they originally offered, if anything. Annexation is, absolutely it is. Absolutely. They want to give everybody that has any side land enough hassle that they'll be like, fuck this. They'll sell the property, move, and then they can, zone it for, whatever they zone it for. Yeah, eminent domain. They absolutely will. They absolutely will. This helmet scrim will fit a high cut or a low cut, and you're just going to tuck it underneath the pad kit if you have excess there. It works very well. There are scrims on SOE Quick Ship right now. I think there's 5 colors of helmet scrims and pack scrims available to ship tomorrow to you. I've got a bunch of belts, EDC belts and low pro belts that I need to populate and put up there on SOE Quick Ship. Do you have ever done winter camo? Yeah, we have Alpine. Yeah. Winter cam. Small farmhouse with apartments and businesses built around it. They refuse to. Yeah. Eventually they'll change, but they'll change the zoning, right? So if they ever sell that, they will never be able to have animals. You're seeing it happen in Dixon right now. You're seeing it happen in Camden right now. This little city, middle of fucking nowhere, 3,500 people. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's up to 6,000 now after 20 years. But you had little areas that had chickens and little farms. You have actual farms in city limits, little farms. And they're now saying if you don't have 10 acres, you can't have a farm. And you can't have farm animals 1,000 feet from a residence. So they're still pushing those people out. Like, if you ever sell or your kids take over or something happens, there won't be any of those animals there. That property's too valuable now for them to allow you to continue to do what you're doing. What the hell is that chat? I don't know what you're talking about. Speaking of rants, YouTube has fed me a bunch of old rant videos. Yeah, they're feeding me a lot of my old videos. Are you moving to Quick Ship to help with product tracking? No, we're moving to Quick Ship so that you can buy it and we will ship it absolutely the next day. There's no code. There is no promo. There's no discount. It has free shipping. It only works inside the United States so that we can react very quickly. It has a limited number of products and ships right away. There are 6.6 thousand SOE videos. There's actually over 7,000. Yeah, there's over 7,000. I figured you hit Paula by accident and you were trying to nail someone else there. John, can you get one of the belts you have available instead of the belts No. We can switch a D-ring and a Cobra. We can switch that over. Just let me know. But those are completely different entities. No, that's never going to happen. If you see something on Quick Ship, we are never going to pull from Quick Ship and ship it. They're literally 2 separate companies. Yeah, I don't know that you were banned, but she is whatevered. Are the helmet scrims on Quick Ship now the main? Yes, they are. I'm seeing videos from 7 years ago of yours with. It says new next to that. 7.5 thousand videos. Received an EDC belt right on. I was cutting belts right before I got on here. And Derek, the easiest way to do it, I think that was Derek. You got a text tonight, right? Reply to your text with your order number and just say, hey, I'd like to swap these and let us know what you want in place. I do not have D-ring Cobra buckles. That's why nothing's happened with that. Good evening. You probably don't hear it a lot, but thanks for turning out a bunch of stuff lately and offering the kick-ass discount and the free bandit. Well, you're welcome. Thank you. I know it's frustrating. I wouldn't do business with me. I get it. Um, Unfortunately for the dudes that wait per month, well, I mean, we got thousands and thousands of orders just on Black Friday and thousands more on Cyber Monday. And we still ship on weekend. And watching Black Hawk Down to better understand Somalian culture. Uh, well, yeah, that's Somalian culture, but that's not the same Somalian culture in the United States, right? Because they have handbags and cars and they have access and technology, but still want to shit on the ground and fucking, Sharia law and all their bullshit. Did Oceanside have more of a storefront than you do now? Specifically, I'm wondering if you had more foot. Oh, yeah, we had way more foot traffic, but we don't encourage foot traffic here. People wander in here just kind of like, I wonder what's up this driveway, and come in and they're like, I didn't know you guys were here. I'm like, yeah, that's on purpose. Like, people do come into town, but you never know when people come in. Like, people are just fucking weird. Like, they're always just, a dude came in today, pulls in the parking lot crooked. That's always a telltale sign. And then kind of straightens out. And we're all out there running fucking, chippers and chainsaws. And I come walking over and I'm like, can I help you? And he's like, no. I'm like, well, why are you here? And I think he caught on that I own this place. You're on my property. And he's like, I'm looking for this person. And he shows me a lady that works. I go, why are you looking for her? What do you want with her? And he's like, well, I'm here to fix her phone. I go, let me go get her. And I'm like, is some dude supposed to be coming here? She's like, yeah, he's fixing my phone. Okay, so the story matches. I'm like, because if he's here to, like, serve you or whatever, we're going to just put him in the fucking wood chipper, right? You're not fucking welcome here typically. And I think he thought we were kind of joking, like, this could have went very poorly for you, because we have a lot of women that work here, and fucking there's weirdos, and with the internet, fucking stalkers and just weird shit. Plus, I know her husband, and that ain't him. So he was, in fact, here to fix her. He's like, hey, can you show me around? And he had a pistol with him, lives up north where you're not allowed to have any fucking guns and shit. And he's like, show me some belts. So he's like, let me get a gray belt. Let me get a tan belt. I'm like, okay. So he's like, yeah, I'll buy 2 belts. He's like, how much are these? I'm like, $65. He's like, oh, I'm not prepared to spend $65 on a belt. Like, after we stand here for, 20 minutes talking about belts and whatever. But he was just an odd dude. He said some things that, like, I don't think he's used to talking to people in public. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure he's a nice enough guy, but it didn't add anything to us, right? And it just stopped everything that was happening. So people are odd. Yes, I was by a Marine Corps base. We had a captive audience of young Marines who on the weekends were only allowed to go out in town, and most of them walked. Had a friend bring them. Steels had a range at Camp Pendleton, so we had all those dudes, foot traffic in the shop. Whereas here, most people don't even know where we are. Even people come in looking for a job. Every day people come in, are you hiring? What do you think we do here? Well, I don't know. I'm just looking for a job. Well, what do you do? Why would I want to hire you? I don't know. What do you do? Well, I don't need to hire you. I'm not looking to hire anybody, but I'll always hire the right person. You tell me the right shit, we'll put you on. We'll see what you can do. Most of them can't look you in the eye. You can't look me in the eye, I can't have you around me. Mr. Landguard on the floor in there. So that was Mr. Landguard on the floor in there, and I guess that was your accomplice in the wood chip. Oh, people are odd. Yeah, they are. Josh was here for 4 years. Josh will tell you, like, people I think I'm exaggerating when I talk about this place, but this place, like the retirement plan for this county particularly, is to feign injury and get on disability. Like, that's the dream plan. People are too damn nosy today. As a LE officer, I see it every day. They want to stir shit on their neighbor and always looking to cause. Yeah, absolutely. We find people because we have gravel. We can just hear when you're driving around, right? And I'll be standing in the kitchen. I'll hear a vehicle behind the shop, and I'll go out there. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Well, I'm looking for the front door. Well, you missed it by fucking, I don't know, this building's 65 by 165 feet. You missed it by a couple hundred feet. Go the fuck out front. What do you want? They're looking to steal, right? They're looking to steal copper. They're just looking to see what you have. Nub City, Florida. I've not heard of Nub City. What's the biggest red and green flags for a new employee? If I ask you why do I want to hire you? That's an immediate fucking we're not using this guy. But if they're like, because I can do, and he names off a bunch of stuff, and if I can't do what you asked me to do, I'll figure it out. That we'll always try that, dude. Between the gravel, the tile floors, and the camera. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking cameras here too. I worked retail 5 years. You'll see every bad breed of person in one night. Yeah, but there's some good ones. There's good ones too. Most people worth hiring are employed. Why would John hire me? I own 3 wood chippers. Yeah. So obviously you can afford to buy expensive equipment. So obviously you know something about doing some kind of business. We've got a Vermeer. It's a 10-inch chipper with it's a 12-inch chipper. Used, they're about 35 grand. So it's not a really expensive one. It was probably 75,000 new. When I look at chippers, they're usually 120 grand. In the late 1950s, early 60s, Florida Panhandle was responsible for 2/3 of all loss of limb accident claims in the United States due to largely one town, Vernon, Florida. Interesting. Oh, definitely good ones. The only thing I miss from the job is the cool customers and connections. Yeah, and most of your customers are going to be, cool. Our customers are cool. We get people are just, and it could just be me, right? It might not actually be them, but there's no context in text, right? There's no inflection. So like how I hear it might be different from how they say it. But people come in and they just can't look you in the eyes. They can't have any conversation. But you sit on this thing and talk to them every night. People come in here and we'll spend 15, 20 minutes showing them around. And they'll never be like, hey, man, I talk to you every night on the internet. Hey, I'm so-and-so on the internet. You would get a very different interaction if you came in and I know that you know who we are. But if you're just a dude that walks in, can't look me in the eyes, I don't have a lot of time to stand around. But if I communicate with you, you're a client, or we've had some kind of interaction on social media, I have a lot more time for you. Any thoughts on nationwide school yearbook photos? Oh yeah, I think it's exactly what they say it is. I think it's a fucking database. I think that they've had AI. Well, I know they've had AI way longer. They've done facial recognition. Walmart's had facial recognition for 20 fucking years. They know everything you bought, even when you paid cash for it. They fucking know. I love to make it up there just to see the sewing operation. Let me know when you're coming. Do you ever go to gun show? We've been talking about going to it. I'm thinking we're going to set up and actually do a gun show, kind of like go back to the roots. I'm going to do one and be like, now I remember why we haven't fucking done a gun show in 30 years. It's a generation shift. Back in the day, people valued money over time, but the next generation cares more about their change. Yes, that's why they have no fucking money. Because we allow motherfuckers to work, and we allow motherfuckers to live who don't pay their way. If you value your time more than money, because none of them kids, none of them youngsters that value their time more than money, you know what they don't have? They don't have any fucking money. So how the fuck are they living? Because they're living with their 30 or 35-year-old parents. As 35-year-olds, I should say. A lady came in here. Lady husband moved to this town, was talking to a lady at the restaurant we go to, and they came over here. And she kept repeating the same thing over and over. She came and asked, can we see your home stuff? And every time I'd show her something, she would tell me a bunch of other shit, but she's taking my time to see my stuff. And she's like, well, our kids are moving here. I thought maybe you could get a job. I'm like, what does your kid do? Well, he's 35. He's an architect, but he's never had a job. I go, well, that's not an architect, right? How are you an architect when you haven't apprenticed, you haven't done surveying, You haven't done any fucking, you haven't worked at, right? You went to school. Well, he's holding out for a better, she literally said the shit I say all the day, all the time. Well, you know, Bob, he knows his value, so he's not going to take an entry-level job. He's holding out for a management position. Cool, where's Bob work? Well, he's never worked because they won't give him a management position. And she literally told me that. This motherfucker is 35. He likes guns. He's an architect, but he's never actually had a job. And I'm like, kick him out of the fucking house. You literally told us in the beginning of the conversation, you have moved states, bought property to get away from them, and now they're moving. You're enabling this. This is your fucking fault. And you want me to hire your problem? Does the subgun subload hold 1 MP5 per? 1, yeah, it holds 1. It'll also hold a bigger mag, but it will not hold 2 MP5s per slot. A degree is nowhere near the same. Yeah, a degree doesn't fucking matter if you have. I'll take a dude that works and has calluses over a degree. I have lots of gunshot readers, purple streetlights, and lots of inconspicuous 5G towers. We do too. We got fucking 5G towers out here. Should have asked how many years experience this 35-year-old. I didn't need to. She told me everything I needed to know. I didn't need to ask anything. A guy I work with has a master's in music history and $100,000. Yeah. And you know, it's like all these kids that their parents went broke fucking taking them to play baseball, or they went broke going all these football camps and shit, or ballet or gymnastics. You know how many of those fucking kids actually did anything that made any fucking money or paid any of that money back or brought anything back to those parents? Fucking none of them. There's the one fucking exception. You know how many of those fucking pro football players didn't have none of that shit and made it? The best of them, and their parents never had the money to do any of it. They did it. When I was an instructor, I used to get these guys. Parents send them to the trades to make them. Yeah, they want you to, they fuck them up, and then they want you to fix them. In D.C., there are too many degrees and not enough. We shouldn't have government. We have a government that will fit within our Constitution. Like, we should not have fucking bureaucrats. 5G tree, yeah, we had those in San Diego when we left. We had fucking fake cell towers that looked like fake trees, terrible palm trees and shit. I had the same thing happen. Dude came in with a I have guys bring me like fucking. I had a dude bring me a resume like this big, plant manager and fucking project manager, and I gave him a job. He said, I go, dude, this is a $15 an hour job. And he's like, I know exactly what it is. I follow all your content. He lives right across the bridge. He lasted here about fucking 3 weeks. The day he quit, he threw a shovel down like a child and was super mad that we were using shovels and not using the tractor. It had just rained. We couldn't use the tractor because we were fixing, we had more storms coming, and we were fucking raking out and shoveling out wood mulch. All of us, to include me. The motherfucker paying him. And he just like threw a tantrum over not using the tractor. We can't use the tractor in mud. It makes ruts. And everywhere there's a rut, the water will travel and it will wash all the fucking wood chips off the hill. It doesn't matter why we're doing something that I'm paying you to do. There's a reason we're fucking doing it. I don't have the time nor the fucking desire to explain it to you. I didn't ask you to come take the job. You asked me for the job. Every single time a motherfucker's brought in a big ass resume, it's been some bullshit like that. Every time. There's a reason a dude has a big ass resume. Why aren't you working at these places that are going to pay you 120 grand, but you're willing to come take my $15 an hour job? And I think they know more than you do. If you're so fucking great, why aren't you working? When I owned a commercial diving company, I had 50 resumes a month that said dishwasher, fry cook, commercial diver. Yeah, but you know how the commercial diver thing goes, man. That's kind of how that goes. That's like ski instructor, right? He frames in the summers and teaches, skiing or mountain rescue in the winter. My daughter's first boyfriend washed out of plumbing apprenticeship day one because they had them do some busy work hauling stuff back. Yeah, I was the Mexican. The whole crew was Mexican in San Diego, and I was unloading fucking 2x4s, 2x6s, and 4x8 sheets of plywood in the wind. Master degree, but can't read a tape measure. Yeah. Thoughts on the purple street? I don't know much about the purple street lights. I've seen them. I know that it's something to do with 5G and circadian rhythm and shit. I don't really know too much about them. Underwater welder. Yeah, I know some underwater welders. I was on a job site, had to teach a new guy righty tighty lefty loosey. Yeah, I'm like, righty tighty. I still fucking say that in my head. When teaching courses, we were told to keep it in fourth grade level. That's about, yeah, people now can't even read. Like, legitimately cannot read and write. All of the richest people usually drop. Everybody I know that is like super successful, none of them have a degree. Because I'm not running around with that crowd. Like, that's not, like, I'm not going to sit at a table with a bunch of doctors. I sit at a table with a lawyer because he's a fucking gun dude. I thought the blue hue chilled out the street mean. I don't think so, man. I don't think that's how that works. I think the blue blinking light tells you, hey, there's a fucking camera over here, so don't come do crime here. Please go do crime somewhere else because these guys paid to have this camera here. We have to teach how to properly use a shovel. Yeah. We get them in here, man. Kids do not know how to use a shovel because they didn't grow up playing with shovels. They grew up playing, you know, they were given the fucking screen. They were given a phone or an iPad to shut them the fuck up. They don't know how to fucking use a shovel. They were not allowed to play in the dirt and build fucking dirt houses and mud huts and shit as a child. A degree in kick-ass. Just fucking do difficult shit, man. Get dirt under your fingers. I can see your comments. Lewis, student of the gun. I am on here. Let me switch over. Live chat. Used to a degree meant something. Yeah, now it's all bullshit. They told everybody they need to go fucking to school. Student of the gun. Why can't John see my comments? Who can't? I see your comments now. I had to go to live chat. It wasn't showing up. Maybe because you're not liking this page. We have to teach how to properly use shovel. Hey, I watched part of that live you guys did. And then I watched up until about an hour, and I haven't gone back and watched the rest of it. It's 3 hours long, huh? Back in the day, your mom and dad threw you outside and locked the door. Yeah, because they were fucking. They sure did. Don't come home until the street light. And then there was no mom and dad, right? Dad had already, you know, mom and dad split. You go to dad's every other weekend, and then mom worked 2 or 3 jobs to keep you in the house because she wanted to stay in the neighborhood, but your dad was in the military and couldn't afford that, right? So your mom worked 2 or 3 jobs when really you should have moved to a different neighborhood. Tree houses, road rash. Yeah, we were making jumps and jumping over 55-gallon trash cans, 3, 4 of them. And then landing flat, right? We didn't know nothing about a landing. We just jumped and then landed on the flat fucking concrete. Seeing we changed a few minds. Not everyone deserves what we were dishing out. Oh, got it. Yeah, fuck those dudes, man. I never see the shit talkers. Apparently there are multiple threads about dudes who hate SOE on Reddit. Somebody sent me a link. I read through them. Nobody in there has a real name. Not a fucking one of those kids has a real name. They don't, and you click, you can't find any of their shit to show that they do anything that they're critiquing you on. Most of them, I've been in business more than most of them have been alive. I had a lot of free time. When I was a kid, my parents were always in jail. None of my parents went to jail. In 1990, in the Marines, they had to teach 2 guys how to sweep the floor. We saw that in prison. We fucking saw that. How to mop, how to sweep the floor. We have to teach guys how to take a shit properly in the bathroom. Lewis can tell you. Lewis has seen it. Josh has seen it. We had a whole fucking PowerPoint on how to properly poop in the toilet. I looked up a lake we used to ride our bikes to. It was 6.5 miles, no bullshit. We would get up at 4 to get there. Yeah, we'd get on bicycles and take water. There, I don't think there was a, I don't remember seeing water bottles. We were putting water in canning jars. I don't remember ever seeing a plastic water bottle back then. I don't know when that came to be. There was no Camelback. 1990, the Marines, yep. Gotta love the 90s comedy. What happens with universal basic income? Those people are all so worthless now, I cannot imagine it. Yeah, and you won't get it, right? They're going to do the UBI shit. But if you think about that, right? If everybody now gets, let's say they give everybody $2,000, and you're a landlord, you still ain't renting to them motherfuckers. It's not going to solve the problem. And as soon as you do something they don't like, or you're in some category or group, you ain't getting that UBI. It's not everybody. It's just fucking welfare. Surplus canteen. Yeah, you're right, Chuck. We did. We had like round Boy Scout canteens. You're right. But prior to having any surplus gear, it was BMX bikes and water in fucking mason jars. Universal income, not gonna lie. Yang, 2016, he had my vote. Yeah, $1,000 a month. I asked about SOE in our quality tactical gear, and it was all hate. I looked up some of the stuff they cited, and I agree about the rude and whiny customers, so I put in an order. They are the rude and whiny customers. Those are the, that is them. Those are the, everybody got a trophy. None of them were in the top 3. That's Reddit. I mean, just the fact that you're even using Reddit says plenty. Handfuls of creek water. Yeah, we'd pull caps off of sprinklers and suck the water out of the fucking piping. I carried the Tupperware cups with thermos and a lunchbox. What are your actual thoughts on using your real name for accounts? I use my real name. If you ever see me posting, you know who the fuck I am. Like, there's no question. Gear made by a guy who killed... Someone said gear made by a guy who killed somebody. I killed somebody? Gear made for guys who've killed lots of people is what it should say. If you Google John... they would always say that I got arrested for trading cocaine for a stolen bicycle to an undercover police officer. There is a John Willis that did that. He's fucking black. And he was in Chicago, I think. I've never even been to Chicago. My personal favorite is John Willis White Devil. You guys should all Google that. And they're mad that I killed somebody? Isn't that like street credit? Isn't that what they all hope to one day accomplish? If you receive UBI or any subsidies, you should be ineligible. I agree. I don't think you should be able to vote if you don't pay taxes. If you're not paying in, you don't get to vote. I personally think that if you're not a property owner, you should not get to vote. And I think we should really evaluate women voting. And I know people like get their hackles up over it. Who the fuck do you think is voting for all this bullshit? It ain't fucking dudes. Dudes who work are not fucking liberals. Rich dudes, fucking wives who do not vote, who do not work, are the liberals. Those are the ones touchy-feely and we need to fucking pay reparations. They don't want them on their couch, but they fucking want them in your neighborhood. They all live... Do you think Tim Walz, for instance, right? Speaking of neighborhoods, do you think Tim Walz has a security detail from the state police, perhaps? Do you think Tim Walz lives in a gated community with security? Do you really think people are driving by Tim Walz's house where they're able to yell retard and he can hear it? Tim Walz's house is so fucking big, he can't hear a fucking car. It's not a thing. I think if you receive government assistance and you get pregnant, you should lose your assistance. I think that if you get pregnant, the system covers your first pregnancy, your second pregnancy. If you get government assistance, you are clipped. There is no third child. That's what I think. B. Jones, I'm ignoring you. I am completely ignoring you, B. Jones. You already know the answer to your question. I've said it tonight. I say it every single night. I recognize your name. Sure, you're a cool motherfucker. You know the fucking answer to the question you're asking. You said it in your fucking question. Whitmer mentioned that Americans should open their doors to foreigners. Yes. Yes. Right as she does. I like her daughter. Look up Gretchen Whitmer's daughter. She's a rapper. I don't know what else she does, but her music's fucking pretty good. My given surname is way too common on socials over here. Repeal the 19th. Old stretching Gretchen. I mean, they staged that they're going to kidnap Whitmer, right? And they arrested 13 people. 11 of those were federal agents or informants. Yeah, there is no fucking government. Like, that's how you have the problems you have, because we keep motherfuckers alive that will not feed themselves. There shouldn't be any fucking education forgiveness. I didn't get any fucking forgiveness for anything I fucking chose to do. Still thinking about Walmart. Did you look them up? Look up Walmart tunnels, man. Tunnels under Walmart. Most of those videos have been removed. Graffiti pop-ups. I got plenty of street communication specialists. That's it. Disney tunnels. Yeah, the Guggenheim tunnels. There are entire fucking cities under cities. Student loan forgiveness is bullshit. I have to pay my flight school myself, working, studying full-time, and my dumbass can do that. They can. Yeah, they can, but they're not going to, right? It's about buying votes. It's literally about, think about that. If you stop feeding motherfuckers and they had to go to work, people who work are not liberals. They are not. People who create and produce a product that other people willingly seek out and give revenue to in exchange for said product or service, those are not liberals. Do you have a cycle of building stuff or just build as the... And yes and no, there is. Yeah. College, not... Yeah, most people that go to college don't need fucking college. How many people do you know with degrees actually working in their degree? How many people have all kinds of student debt and are not working within their degree? Because it doesn't fucking exist for most people. They should have went to trade school, except that costs physical labor. Most people who go to college and learn something, right, their degree, what do? Go to more college to teach. Those who cannot teach. Have I bought antiques lately? I have not. No. If you're late here, OD covert packs, orange inside, black day packs, Typhon grocery bags. Pack scrims are on SOE quick ship. We did black AKM4 micros, some more finished up today. More black day packs, and there's more of most of that on the tables right now. 6x6s, multicam 6x6s with flat pockets. Have a master's in Nigerian feminist theory. Why can't I get 120,000? Yeah. Nope, we're not buying any snakes in a while. Nothing. We still have everything. Not purchased anything new. Tunnels all over D.C. If you're all curious, Google the George Washington Masonic Temple and see where it sits in relation to D.C. Yeah, look at the aerial view of D.C. What I think is interesting in the ancient cave system in the Appalachians, lots of rabbit holes to stumble down. Have a buddy, 69 years old, liquidated everything, moved to the Philippines to retire. He was back in 45 days with dengue fever. Worked with a bunch of guys with a degree. None of them really used their degree. It's got to be miserable. Yeah, because they thought that they were so much fucking smarter than everybody. Because that's what the system told them. And here they are, working now for the people that they look down upon. Salmon, how are you? Son checked out the critters in the garage. He liked the big yellow. Yeah, that's a big one. The generation doesn't understand what hardship is. They watched it happen in movies and on TV. When it happens to them, suddenly it's too real. Yeah. Spent a lot of time and money on a degree and only really use the CAD portion. Yeah, and you could have went to tech school. We sent my kid to 18 months of school after high school, and that's what he learned, machining and CAD and subgun micro on the floor. No, I don't have a subgun micro on the floor. What color subgun micro would you like? Feel the average American doesn't even have $1,000. They don't. The average American does not have one pay cycle. They don't. If the average American's car broke down, they could not fix the fucking car. They don't have the money for any kind of emergency. And if the car breaks down, they simply won't go to work either, and they'll lose their job over it rather than walking or having somebody take them to work. Yeah, we've got black ones on order. We do. They're tasked out. They're in motion. Size of the covert pack? I don't even know what to tell you, man. It's between the day pack and the mini pack. We've got if you get on this YouTube channel and look up backpacks, we did a video of all three comparing them. You can see we did a pretty good video on it. My answer when people are like, well, how many liters is it? I don't know. We sell every one we make. And I still don't know how many liters it is. That's not in reply to you, but that generally is the answer. We can't build enough of them. Yeah, they'll afford another payment. They'll have fucking vape and cigarettes and whatever else. The around the neck beat headphones you prefer, are they sporty over the ear type or just the ear? They're just the earbud type. Well, they were over the ears. They looked like this, but that part always breaks off, and then this piece fails. You can see the grime in there. I had these out with the wood chipper today. Well, John Bateman, you have to think college is worth it because you paid for it. And if it's benefiting you, then more power to you. But the average American, you shouldn't be able to borrow money to just go to school. You should have to qualify for it. Most people that get loans and go to school are not qualified to go to school. If you don't have a good high school career, you don't go to college. You want to go to college? Your family is wealthy enough or you work enough to pay your way through, and maybe for every dollar you put in, some kind of, program puts another dollar, but we don't just send motherfuckers to school for 6 years because you don't want to get a real job. That's not to you, but that's generally. Medicine, engineering. The only thing college did for me or anyone I work with was make us check a box to get an interview. Other than the degree, yeah, there's a lot of businesses who only hire college people. Like, I don't give a fuck what you did in college if you're coming to work here. I don't give a shit that you went to college. Can you do the thing I need you to do? I'd take a guy who went to prison over a dude that went to college 99 out of 100 times. Because I know that motherfucker. Financial accounting is the only real important class I ever took. Yeah. Son is one of the few that is actually working in the field, studied in college, biology for the Forestry Service. And you really don't need college for that. Go work the job. The fact that zookeepers had to go and fucking get a biology degree and a zoology degree and all kinds of bullshit. Zookeepers clean up animal shit and feed animals. There's not a zookeeper at the fucking zoo that knows more about the fucking reptiles in the zoo than the guys fucking breeding the reptiles. Hands down, there's not a... They have access to animals that we are not allowed to have, but they do not have any kind of fucking knowledge of fucking jungle. They know way more about the animals than the zookeeper. The zookeeper is just a pet shop worker that fucking picks up fucking tiger shit. $400 WordPress, nice. A lot of jobs require college, however, none of them require all the extra classes and money that have zero relation to the field. Yep. Any dairy farmer would be a better zoo and a better veterinarian. Ian, I bought some little separates. I don't even know where they are or what they are. I can't go up here without it cutting out. I can't show you right now. Heard businesses are now using AI programs to process applications looking for key. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. And people are filling out applications with AI. Professors are using AI to grade papers, and the students are using AI to write papers. Heard businesses. Sitting here watching you and starting thinking about the actual dollar value of time, money, and effort you put into these nightly live streams. Yeah. I when I stopped filming YouTube videos, I got a lot more shit done. Guys, I'm gonna get off here in just a minute. I still need to take a shower. I'm guessing that the video died out. Trying to film myself every task take. Yeah. You should stop worrying about filming yourself. You don't have an audience yet. Just film shit, put content up. You'd be better off just building shorts. Look at modern rural civilian, right? That dude's got awesome shit. All of his content is shorts. He just put up a short every day for every day of the fucking year. Just put up shorts. It's like Yeager said. People are like, who do you use for t-shirts? So I'm going to do some t-shirts for my company. He's like, how many people ask you for t-shirts? None, but I'm going to build some t-shirts. He's like, when people ask you for t-shirts, do t-shirts. I think shorts changed the whole... Fuck yeah, it did. Yeah, nobody watched the long-form content. I mean, people do, but not enough for us to do it. It's never been worth my time. I spend $4,000 a month, up to $8,000 a month doing content, and I make $2,000 a month doing content. If you don't have a product to sell, you're not making money doing content. Yeah, shorts. Shorts have ruined everybody's attention span, to include mine. Pair of all black power Beats 3, 2017-18 era. I don't use. I assume you get use. I would, Ian. I would. I've got some separates that are really good. The problem is that they're separates. I've already lost one of them once, and then I lost the fucking charging pod for them already, and I've only had the motherfuckers a week. All right, guys, I'm out. Everybody have a good evening.